Greetings, peasants. Welcome. I just want to start this out by saying thank you. Appreciate all the support that I've gotten so far, especially out of ForHonor. Today, I will be going over a customization walkthrough. It's been requested multiple times, been too lazy to do it. Here I am finally doing it. My resources for editing on YouTube are pretty limited, so you'll find me streaming more than I am posting on YouTube. I post full stream walkthroughs on YouTube because I literally just can't do any hard edits on my iPad. I don't have a hardcore PC or anything, so until I get there, it's pretty simple YouTube uploads. But here we are, finally doing it. Even with my time off after surgery from April, I find myself playing less and less ForHonor. I still occasionally play it, but not nearly as much as I used to. With all the other competitive, or should I say the other fun games that are competing for my attention and stuff, I just find myself playing ForHonor less and less, and finding ForHonor as time goes by more and more frustrating. But anyway, without further ado, obviously we'll be going over mainly Warden customizations. When it comes to the best customizations in the game, I would have to say the Knights, they have a lot of the best in my opinion. Just with the different customizations that you can do, the ornaments, and the things they have, you can simply just deck them out. Now, I haven't really played many characters besides, just Warden, but I have played with tons of friends. I've basically seen a lot of what you can do with the characters and, just put all my attention on Warden. But, Wulin, they got some good customization too. I've seen some really cool neon bright Tiandis. It really is, it goes into material, patterns, and switching it up as far as, leaving some spots blank and potentially trying to do something that is different that no one else does, And what I did with this is one of my most recent ones. Yeah, thanks, Seth. This was requested. Alright. People requested for me to give fashion tips. I didn't know I was good at it either, but here I am anyway. But anyway, like I was saying, this is one of my most recent Wardens that I just made. I went for an all blue look. A lot of the materials are just really good for the Knights. The way it just shines off of the metal material, the way it's like a dark paint or a shiny metal, It's just really good. I haven't gotten all the materials yet, but I got most of them. And honestly, I think I hate the wild berry the most. Out of all the rewards and things they could have gave us for Rep 80, they give us a super hot pink fucking... why? I'm not gonna use that, dude. No thanks. Gave us a pink blossom of rose gold, where's the rose gold? There it is, yeah. God, you would think they would have stopped, but they kept going. The dark orchid, that one's not that bad. That's cool. That's like a royal purple. I got the amethyst because you can work with something like that. And this one, I went for a blue and gold outline because I wanted to go for heavy Shovel Knight. And sounds good, Seth. I will hit you up for some games after I'm done doing this. I got you. But as I was saying, yeah, gold blue. I was going for this gold outline with dark color. Anything is usually good if you mix it and match it right. I went for super fancy, armor materials this time, as opposed to what I usually do, which is thick and dull patterns, because I like war-torn rather than fancy. But this one, I went fancy, and it turned out pretty well. You can see, using arm pieces mainly like that and like that, This one has a little more decoration, but I wanted something that had more gold. This one got closer to it, but it didn't match the blue that well. It was just too much gold. Patterns on the shoulders didn't really match it either. This one got closer. I almost went for this one, but my friends always make fun of me for using shoulder pad football pads and fucking ForHonor, so I didn't go for that. So I went for this one. This one was pretty good to match this chest piece, you know. The gold outline was perfect, the shoulder pads were perfect, and it matched really well. And after I finished the chest piece and arm piece, that's when I usually go for a helmet. I usually do a helmet last, unless if I'm dead ass trying to use a really shitty helmet that doesn't go good with anything. For example, this helmet. This helmet doesn't go good with fucking anything. If you make this helmet look good, like, you're winning. So far, like, nobody has done it. Like, every time me and my friends see a warden rocking this helmet, we're like, damn, he doesn't know what he's doing. And I've even tried it, like, it's really hard to do it. A lot of people hate this helmet as well, which I don't understand why. Because this one's a lot better than that. Like, that's impossible to work with. But this is something that you can work with. And I have used it in the past before. I could do a full customization and change this thing purple and show you what I mean. That's probably what I'm going to do. So before I strip the Shovel Knight and show you how I switch and flop between customizations and effects, I'll show you what kind of effects I got for this character, of course. You know, Shovel Knight, had to. Like, dude, that's just perfect. It looks good. I was like, I got it at max speed. Then Sword in the Stone, like, yeah, Shovel Knight effect. It just looks good with it. Alright, let's see. Now, yeah, I used a snowball fight. That one's pretty fun. Polite salute for this one. Lethea's Fate is a good signature. I do enjoy that one. They do got some good signatures. I was glad they finally released signatures for characters, but in my opinion, they did that so late. They did that when the game was like basically dying, like way past its prime. But yeah, it just looks good. Matching an effect with the armor is obviously a necessity. Let's see. Yeah, I just put it on all of them, you know. This is one of my quickest executions that I have. I always recommend, if you're playing Warden, use taking out the trash. That execution is very fast. Doesn't give you a lot of health, but, you know, takes them out of the game and they're forced to respawn. And it's always good to have, you know, one quick execution and 3, like, you know, long executions to play with your food, you know. Here. Yeah, enemy POV. And let's see. Like this one too. This effect and execution, it just goes perfect with the Shovel Knight. The colors, the blue hue. Like it's a little purple, but it matches a lot of that blue cloud explosion. So it doesn't take away from the blue too much. It's really perfect for it. But here, I'll show you how I do it before showing my other 3 customizations. Let's see. So, I'll try and do a challenging helmet. Like, a lot of people say this one sucks, which, again, I don't know why. I think that helmet's great. That's a great helmet. They got different variants, so you can, like, play with it. Try and make something different, make something new. I just think that's the only helmet that has no opportunity with it. It's just so bad. But we'll go for, let's see. This is another hard one that's kind of hard to work with, but there are armor pieces to go with it. Like there's a chainmail, like neck piece, and like arms and stuff. But that's not the helmet I'm going to go for. Let's see. Because I'm trying to start from head down, which is usually what I don't do. I usually start with a chest piece. But if I'm trying to make a crappy helmet work, like I said, I start off with a helmet, and I work my way down. So I would have to say, let's try. No, it's too green. Yeah, it's kind of limiting, so we're kind of forced to use this one. So we'll use this one. Because a lot of people hate this helmet. They say it's hard to work with, blah, blah, blah. But we'll use that one. And before we go any further, I'll give you more insight on what I'm trying to do. See, like, look at that. That's a pretty clean gold, and that's not even what I'm trying to do. Like, the torchlight, great material. I recommend it for Orochi. I recommend it for a heavy, armored, like, character, like, whatchamacallit, Lawbringer. They can have some cool torchlight customizations, too. Even Vortiger. I'll show you my Vortiger eventually, but it just it brings out a brighter shine when you're under siege, in battle, in combat, and ForHonor. The gold looks good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's just a texture thing if you're trying to go for a cleaner and brighter kind of deal. But we're going to go with... Ooh, that is one that I did use for a while. I did use Bedrock with that helmet. I just remembered. That went perfect for it. It was a Stone Knight. But we're going to do something different. I'm going to use the Amethyst. I'll show you the difference between, like, good royal colors and then giving this as our Rep 80 reward. Like, why did they do that? They clearly hate us. So we're going to use the Amethyst. And let's see. I'm going for... I'll use some gold outlines with this class. Let me double check that other helmet, make sure. Yeah, it's green. Yeah, that shit just doesn't work. So next, I'm going to go for the chest. And I'll do paint pattern last. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, heavy metal, big sheet, looks clean, looks pretty good with the amethyst, but not really what I'm looking for. Let's see. That one looks kind of cool. Getting better. Because I like the patterns. Like, the leg is pretty good. Because it matches just, you know, royal, like, guard color, you know. So, let's see if we can find something else. That one's pretty interesting. If I change, here, this will help out with judgment. I guess I should have done this on one of my first steps. I haven't changed up my customization in a long time. Not this much, anyway. Let's see, Chimera result. That looks pretty good. That looks like a really good blood splatter, whatchamacallit, paint job for, whatchamacallit, that blood spray effect. But I hate what it does to the arms. I guess that's just part of the arms. We'll be changing that anyway. So let's look for a nice purple color. That one doesn't look terrible, but a little too much white takes away from the dark purple that I'm trying to put on it. That's pretty cool. That's a good dark pattern color, but too much blue. Let's see. Can't really go by names off of this game. I just go by what I see. Let's see. I eventually name what I want looking for afterwards, you know, when I find it. Let's see. I know there's a purple. That's pretty good too for a blood splatter red. That's pretty good. I like that. Heretic Disciple. That's pretty good. That's better. See? Oh my god. That's pretty good. It's like a cosmic purple with the pattern that I currently have. Because I have the cosmic pattern, which is what you see. And that's how I get that nice blood spray. Or a nice, you know, just wow, look at that. Like, I think that looks good. Interesting color pattern to work with. Let me look for anything close by so I can make a mental note if it doesn't work out when I change some gear. It looks like that's the best that I'm going to get for a minute. I'm going to keep the, whatchamacallit, the pattern. I'm keeping the galaxy pattern. I'm going to try and work with this. Shut the fuck up, Set. Yes, it's a purple warden. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, before my friend decided to be a dick. I think this shit looks good. And let's see if we can... Yeah, see? That's pretty solid. I did use that one for a while. That one's pretty good. I hate the white little banners on the fucking hip, whatever the fuck. But it does look good when you do it right. Let's see. Yeah, now we're getting closer to the bottom. I didn't realize I was missing a new chest piece. Might have to get that later. I'm not gonna lie, that honestly looks pretty nice. That looks pretty cool. That looks sick as fuck, actually. Let's do this real quick. I actually want that. I have how many? 355 scavenger packs, so I clearly am sitting on a few. So I got a new helmet. Alright, let's try that again. How many packs will it take to get what I want? Back in the day, I remember a friend of mine, Holy Casket, he used, like, he stopped using scavenger crates to get what he wanted after using 45. And I was like, wow. So if I get past like 15 and I don't get what I want, then I'm just gonna move on and pick something else. Alright, let's see. Come on, give me it, give me it. Of course. I do hate the microtransactions in ForHonor. Never once paid for steel, I just grinded for it. The only time I got steel for money is when I got that deluxe edition, back when the game was released. I didn't even get the smoke effect in my game case. I didn't even really care though. Smoke effect was mid. Lovely. Yeah, they should. I got the arm piece. Okay. So I guess that's not a total loss. That's kind of nice. I'm probably going to use those. This armor is looking really nice with purple. We'll see how those arms look. I usually don't match armor pieces, but if it's a new set, you'll see me wearing maybe like 2 pieces of the 3. I'm usually switching up the 3rd piece. Whatever that might be, you know, chest, arms, head, it could be any of them. Come on, game, give me what I want. At least I got crates to spend, I'm not sweating. I'll get it eventually. Or will I? Oh, I did not miss doing this, let me tell you. Okay, so spent 15 crates, I got 2 new pieces, but not what I wanted, so I can't really complain. I'm definitely wanting to get that now. Like, come on now. And I don't really care about the perk system in this game, honestly. After they changed gear stats to perks, like, I honestly didn't really care. They fixed a few things, but then they made a few other things just as annoying, you know? Like, thank God they took away throw distance, but now we got people that are, like, not dying when they have no health. So it's just like, okay. The way this game chose to balance out itself was just strange to me. Never understood it. Really, 200 crates and you never got that chest piece for Zerk. That's fucking wild. You're not giving me a lot of hope here. Holy shit, I might need to put a time stamp in the description saying skip when you hit this moment. Holy fuck. Yeah, skip this part. I was trying to get a gear piece, but you know, the game decided to not give it to me. Give me the other 2 pieces, but it said, nah, we're not giving you the chest. That's what you wanted. Holy shit, maybe someday. I also ran out of water too, but I need to fucking finish doing this. Yep, I'm out. Fuck. This is actually getting crazy. Words cannot describe how long it takes to get gear from completing matches. Like, it's the same thing. It doesn't give you what you want. Like, I've done it for years, and the fact that it's still this bad, it's just insane. After spending this many crates, you would think you would get the whole set. Wow. I got what I wanted. Not! When I said I have crates to spare and crates to throw away, I didn't mean, like, let's go through all 300 of them and not get what I want. Holy shit. Starting to get a little depressed. I got it! Just right when I was like, I'm getting depressed, the game was like, yes! He's depressed! Demoralized him, yes! ForHonor, accomplished! Oh. I hate this game. Okay, so before we were rudely interrupted by the frickin' crate system, let's look at that new chest piece. Is it on the bottom? No, it's not. Alright, so I gotta look for it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, that is cool. That is a good looking purple. Let's check out the arms. Not gonna lie, that's pretty solid. And you can even, yeah, like, see, those arms go good with this chest piece. Like, I think that looks good. I am liking that, though. My god. That looks like a chaos purple, like, oh my god, like some heretic shit from the new Space Marines. That looks cool. Alright, so now that we have changed all this, like, see, it looks decent. Looks very good. Like, seeing that helmet, I think that looks nice. But let's see that other helmet. Yeah, that would be this one. That's a good set, I'm not gonna lie. That looks pretty cool. I just wish they gave us, like, full different armor sets rather than just rinsing and reusing the same base layout. That shit did aggravate me for a long time. Still does. That looks kind of cool. Let's see. If only this helmet could turn solid purple. Ooh, there we go. See, that looks cool. Let's see. That one looks nice as well. We will stay with that one. I think that one looks good. I'll keep it. But then when it comes to effects, what I recommend for purple. So check this out. So they got some... Oh wait, I'm in executions. Effects, God, it's brain fart. Let's see. So there is... Where is it? What is that one? Okay, that one's kind of lame. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool. Swamp creatures. Yeah, that one's mid. There it is. Fabled Night Watcher. That is so good for if you're trying to do a purple layout. Yeah, okay, so. And it's perfect for the helmet. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's perfect for the helmet. It's equivalent to here. Yeah, see? Like, you got the face on the mask itself, and it's like a mage appearing for the effect. So it's like a face effect for your face mask, and I like doing that. Making it match, making it work. Okay, let's finish the rest. Let's see, Fabled Night Watcher, there it is. It's a good look for it. And then let's finish it off with the full effects. Now the forest green, like, yeah, use your judgment. Good with green. Like, there are other effects that you can use with purple and green as well, but I personally think this one is the best, especially for this helmet. And voila, we went from Shovel Knight to the fabled Chaos Night Watcher. I think that looks solid. Now, I'll go to my original. I'll tell you what I've done with this one. Now, obviously, this is my iconic Warden. I haven't changed this one in, like, quite literally years. This one has stayed the same. And I made a couple changes to it throughout the years, and I was like, nope, put it right back. So this, since Ever since this helmet came out, this has been the loadout. That helmet came out, and I was like, that's perfect. I kind of went for a Deathstroke Slade look with half paint on one side, half on the other, you know? And it was kind of like a corroded red. Like it corrupted like most of my body, but didn't corrupt like, you know, my right half. I thought it was really cool. What I did for this one is pretty simple. The frickin' yeah, I eventually upgraded to this helmet when this one was no longer the deal, because it just has a better backing. This one has a much better backing. But anyway, that helmet, it's really easy to make it look good with literally anything. It's one of those helmets that's just like, it's hard to make it look bad kind of stuff. And when I was creating it, I definitely wanted to use, like, when it comes to like half color on one side, half on the other, I want it to be as like noticeable as possible. So it's like a larger shoulder piece on the left and thinner on the right. My left arm would have been red, but that's not a option for HolyReaper. It's just have to make gauntlets both the same color, so that is what it is. Rotating a cat, letting a cat out. Okay. And same deal goes for the chest piece. I probably would have made the chest piece like split down the middle. The leg would have been gray on the right as well, but it's whatever. I worked with what I had. And I definitely liked this chest piece. Me and a lot of my friends it looks like a really good like combat warden layout. Like it's no fancy backings or anything. Like this is a little fancy, you know. Like that, you know, that's looking a little fancy, but this is like where'd it go? There it is. This is like a good war-torn. It's very nice, very simple, very brutal. And what I did... Oh, went back a little too far. What I did is I used the war-torn color layout. I haven't changed it in forever. You unlock it at literally level 16. It's very easy to obtain. Chimera's Resolve. Now that I look at it on Warden, that might be a little too bright. I like that color, but that's almost a little too much. See, War-Torn, still to this day, that's just a really good splattered blood. That is just the look. And, let's see. There was another... Dead by Daylight, There was another red further down. Ah, there it is. Yeah, see, like, that's okay, but that's a little too dark. It's almost like pink, you know, in some certain lighting. But, like I said, if you're trying to go for that blood splattered paint color, do the War-Torn. And then I recommend doing Galaxy 5. Prismatic Galaxy Mythic outfit. It's a pretty old Mythic outfit. I saw it and I saw the pattern that it provided, and I was like, dude, like that could be perfect. And it turns out that it was. Like, I haven't changed that paint pattern in literally forever. It's perfect. There are a couple paint patterns, like in the Galaxy. Oop, there it is. In the Galaxy bundle that work just as good, but you have to change the paint patterns, like the color patterns. The color patterns have different like sections for, you know, switching what areas to fill in and what to not. And the Galaxy 5 was just the best one for that. It was just perfect. So it was the great chest piece, great arm piece, like helmet's just, you know, easy to go on with everything. And that was just so good. It was so beautiful. And when it comes to swords, like I didn't cover the sword on the other layout. We can go back and change that and do that last. But this sword, haven't changed it in years. I believe it's the combination of two Halloween events. So I used the blade, and I used the hilt, and I used a different guard. So it's 2 Halloween events and then a 3rd Halloween event. Or what, 2 of the same and then second by itself. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. But it looks really good when you're trying to go for like, edgy, like a dark, corrupted weapon. Like Halloween events usually release some of the best available. And when it came to Warden, I just thought that was perfect. Like, that is the sword. And I haven't changed it in years. Like, honestly. They got some good other options. Like, they got some really good blades to choose from. Like, look at that one. Like, that definitely looks cool. You can definitely work with that. That's another good one. Yeah, Prestigiator Yokai Blade. It's kind of hard to pronounce. But yeah, that's a good blade too. And you can always, mix and match depending on the different color patterns and brightnesses that you want, They got multiple different kinds. I used that hilt for a while, but not with this sword. That one was a good one too. Leonhard hilt was a really good one for those looks for a while. But then when that Halloween event came out, I was like, dang, look at that thing. I was like, that's perfect. There's a Reaper on the hilt. And then lastly, yeah, the guard. Yeah, it's just you want to mix it with the whole blade and the outfit. Mixing all of it together is just, that's how you're gonna get the best look for whatever character you're trying to build. And when it comes to hilt guards, yeah, I remember struggling with the hilt guards for a while. There wasn't many that I liked. Like, that one's okay. I ended up using a lot of basic hilt guards for a while. Because I just didn't like them. Like, that one, I hated it. That one I used for a little bit, but I was like, eh. That one was better. It's a more simple hilt guard. I think it's a lot easier to obtain, and I don't know, it's a better guard for the silver iron sword, with what you're trying to go for, like dull red, dark, edgy look if you're trying to go for that, But that is my sword for my main loadout. And kind of sort of recently, I ended up making the Holy Legion King loadout. And that one was pretty fun making. So obviously this is like my base Warden. Used this one for years. But then I made this one kind of recently because I was like, alright, let's make a fancy, Reaper fucking Warden. And it was pretty easy, I changed up the arms and the chest. Helmet stayed the same. But I changed sides. Instead, it was gray on the right side, and it was torchlight on the left. I mean, left, right. Just realized. But yeah, that torchlight, it was just that gold brightness that I really liked. Used what was that color pattern? Sandwraith's Essence. Like, I feel like that's a good color pattern to match the torchlight when you're trying to do, patterns or stripes on your stuff. I did, the half face. I was trying to look for something to match the torchlight. I was going off of that, and it was perfect for the Sandwraith bundle. And the chest, yeah, they have multiple variations of every chest piece and arm piece. This one was really cool. Had a lot of those metal ridges and shit that I like. I love those golden buttons or whatever the hell that's called. I thought that was perfect. And the dark chest piece with the gold outlines was just really nice. I liked that. I would have used this piece, but you can't change the front, literally at all. And it also affects the arms a little bit. That was too much. I was blinding my eyes. That's something you want to use for a white material kind of shit. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Set. But the fucking this does work. This is a good chess piece. It's limiting, You can only use it to the appropriate materials provided. This was another one that I almost used for it. This is a good one. This is what I used for the Shovel Knight. That's just a really good, like, royal gold looking appearance. Like, that shit's just, oh, it's so good. But instead, I just went for that, you know. Went for the complete duplicate of my armor, and I just changed the patterns. Put on some, you know, embossings. Put on the Warden or Knight's faction on the left, and the Reaper thing on the right. I thought that was cool. There's another Reaper embossing on the chest. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And the sword was easier. I think it's easier to make golden royal sword looks than it is to make those like dark, like iron edgy swords like I mentioned. They just have more options for a lot of the gold blades. Like for example, that's a really good one. That blade, whew, that looks really good. They had another one though. What was it? That one's really good. That one's pretty good. I used that blade for a while. I remember using that. Let's see. They had a... Ah, yeah, that was good. That was good. I still haven't found it yet. I remember, like... a solid golden... Ah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. You have to use the paint pattern. This is the only thing I hate about that blade. You have to use a paint pattern to fill in those divots in the center going up the blade. But other than that, this is a really good blade. Like solid gold. That's another good one. Except I just hated the white pearl base. It just makes it limiting. But yeah, a lot of options for the gold. Yeah, you can see it. Richter blade is very nice, simple, complex, looks great when you're on the field of battle. But I went for that one, you know. Cosmic Stars, Cosmic Hilt. I was like, alright, I'll go for that one. But as I always like to do is I used a very basic guard. Just this standard ForHonor Warden guard, just the gold version. I just thought that was perfect. And that helped me, you know. I thought that was it. Maybe the cosmetic and the blue for the sword is a little too much for this loadout, but it was just something I couldn't resist. And I put it on this one. But since I missed it, we'll go ahead and change the sword for this one, try and make it match. Let's see. Yeah, purple royal look. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good hilt to start with. I like that one, but I hate... I don't know. I was never really a fan of that one. Just not my thing. Let's see. Not a ton of purple options. I remember purple swords were really hard to make. I remember struggling with this for a bit. Yeah, not a lot of good options. Oh, that's pretty cool. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Start with that hilt. Looks pretty alright for what we're trying to make. Matches the colors kind of nicely. There's like a bluish kind of shine to the armor, so it kind of makes that hilt look a little better than I thought, looking at it while I rotate it now. Now next, let's see. Oh yeah, these are my original ForHonor guards that I used for a long time before the game really started advancing. But anyway, let's see. See, that looks okay. Again, I kind of hate that sword set. The blade looks better than the hilt and the guard. But I think that shit is just weak. Purple guard. Like, I almost might have to recompensate for like a solid gold. I don't know. That could work. It's not terrible. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, that might be it. Simple, brutal. Because sometimes simple goes a long way. That's interesting. Interesting. Sword, guard, and hilt. We'll try that one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking how that's turning out. So that's a different hilt, different guard. Like I said, you can mix and match. Yeah. Estrantis, Seer, Hilt, and Refined Valuin. Let's see. Let's go for Blade next. Now, Purple Blade. Or at least, you know, like something like that would have probably worked with this loadout. But since I have that for another Warden, we're not going to use that. We're going to look for something else. Ooh, look at that. Oh my god. I think that's it. Jesus. Okay, until I find something better, we're actually going to put that on. Good fucking lord. I wasn't expecting to be that successful finding a purple blade. That's pretty cool too. That's pretty cool. It looks more like a paint, less like a metal shine, so I'd have to, like, you know, recompensate from the hilt guard down. So that's not going to work. That could work, but I would have to change the guard. I feel like that's too much. I feel like the guard and the hilt is taking away from the sword. You want it all to, like, match perfectly. That could have worked. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty solid. I hate the limiting white, but that's still really nice. Let's see. That's a pretty good one. The Winged Victory Blade. I'm not a huge fan of the hilt and the guard, but the blade, it looks nice. That's a nice blade. Cerberus Blade. That was a good one for a while, too. Let's see. I think that Chimera one is the winner. I think that's it. Yep, that's the winner. Ding, ding, ding. Alright, dude, look at that. Oh, man. Absolutely disgusting. People say, Purple Warden bad, Green Warden bad, but then I make shit like this. Out of steel. Oh, yeah. And I am out of steel. I had just enough steel to completely do this, which is perfect. I say that completely worked out. Like, I'm satisfied with the helmet. I'm satisfied with how that worked out. I think that looks good. And then on top of it, like... oh, here. Game glitch. Whoa, huge game glitch. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. You want to look your best when killing people on ForHonor. Ah, it looks good. Okay. Okay, yeah. That is perfect. Yeah, one last thing, I'll show you. Never showed you my effects for this one. A lot of people know my effects for this one. The Dead by Daylight frickin' mask effect was perfect for my Warden when it came out. The edge walking is insane. Yeah. It's just so good. I used the Hitokiri ghost one for this to switch it up. It was my original effect before the Dead by Daylight one came out, and I had to keep it on at least one. It was too good. My friend says the Purple Warden is absolute shit. That's crazy. I'll let the YouTube comments decide. But thank you everybody for watching. This concludes Reaper's customization walkthrough guide. I'll be posting this on YouTube and finally posting on YouTube. A lot of people have been asking for this for a while, and you know, I've just been lazy with ForHonor. Just gonna be completely honest. Like, during my surgery recovery since April, like, I played it like heavy for 2 months getting out of the hospital, but Then I went back to like hardly playing it again because of, the other games that are out and competing for my attention. Plus, like I said, For Honor is not really like, this is kind of status update for myself since I'm posting this on YouTube. I don't play For Honor that much anymore. It pisses me off. It's unbalanced. I think Varangian and Sohei are cool concepts, very cool concepts, but I think they both were very ass on the delivery. Like in the giant 3,000 plus years that is humanity like fighting each other with swords and shields and shit, you would think they have like, just more versatile fighting options, better executions. Like Sohei is a good example, and I talk about it all the time. Like Sohei has all the weapons of the entire For Honor roster practically. Like he could have been like a dueling master on top of like having some really good anti-ganking potential. But instead they just throw Sohei in there being like all gank potential and like barely being able to defend himself in ones. Like you can play Sohei in ones. It is possible. It's just I feel like he is just underwhelming in 1v1s and overwhelming in 4v4s. And that's for very obvious reasons, like bash into one-hit stab kill, like that's just crazy. So many of my friends stopped playing For Honor when Sohei released because they were like, alright, it was fun, but now they're bringing back one-hit killing bullshit again, so... But yeah, I still play For Honor, just, less and less. I hate Ubisoft. They're ruining For Honor, and they can't seem to make good games anymore. Star Wars Outlaws and Skull and Bones are two really good examples. So, it just, that stuff pushes me away from games. Like, I played For Honor for years, and I got to Warden where I am today because For Honor was fun, but now it just pisses me off, so I just don't play it that much anymore. You'll see me on it every now and then. I might post a couple cool videos every now and then, but really it's just me getting my ass kicked and me getting pissed off. It's my For Honor experience now. It was great fighting some of the best in the world and playing with all the friends along the way. Like, don't get me wrong, this game was great. It's just, it's not it anymore. Not for me and not for a lot of my friends and stuff, and it's just... I don't know how much longer I'll be playing it. I have never uninstalled For Honor, but I can smell within, I don't know. If they make more poor decisions in the next year, I could potentially uninstall For Honor for the first time since 2017, honestly. But we'll see what happens. But thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed my For Honor